left ventricle, right ventricle, and the interventricular sulcus is this. Okay, see some fat over here. And this is the left atrium. Okay, but this, okay, that's following that. Apex, the teeth, right auricle and the left auricle. So from outside, this we call auricle. This is left auricle, right auricle. Okay. Left ventricle, most part of the apex. Okay. See the line over here? This is the right ventricle, and this is left ventricle. Okay. So front view majority part is the left ventricle. Coronary sulcus. This is the coronary sulcus. Coronary sulcus by this side. Okay. Epicardium. See, very thin membrane covers. That's epicardium. Visceral epicardium. Okay. The parietal epicardium, when you call the cats, right? There is a plastic bag like thing called outside. You have to get rid of this plastic thing. That's the parietal pericardium. The one attached to the heart, almost inseparable. Okay, visceral pericardium. Okay. Oh, visceral epicardium. Aorta. This one, located anteriorly, is the pulmonary trunk. So you first see the front view. You first see the pulmonary trunk because it's originated from the right ventricle, right? See that? This is aorta. This is aorta. Brachiocephaly. Okay. Aorta. You can see, if you look at it in this view, you can see really thick, and the pulmonary trunk is really thin. See the difference? You still see something over here. Okay. So that's remnants. Okay. Fetus. This is a dot. Okay, it's a bypass. All right. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Then you have to go to the back view. Go to the back. Okay, look at this one. I put my finger in. Okay, then get into the right atrium. Okay, this one. Let me put my finger in. See where it goes. I want to see if my finger can meet. Yes. My finger can meet. Okay. That means they both go into the right atrium. So that's inferior vena cava. That's superior vena cava. Okay. What do you see? These small ones. Okay. You check where it goes. Okay. So that's pulmonary artery. Okay, that's pulmonary artery. Branches to the left and right along. And this one, to the left atrium, that's the pulmonary vein. Okay, the pulmonary vein. Okay. That's how you tell which one is superior and inferior vena cava. Just put your finger in. Okay, so see where it goes. Goes to the right atrium. Oh, that's vena cava. Coronary vessels. Coronary vessels, you can see some superficially. Okay, those mostly are the vein. Okay, coronary vessels. Coronary vessels including both coronary artery and the vein. But if you open that, okay, you can see this and this. Oh, you see the holes over here, over here, over here. Those are coronary vessels. if you want to tell the difference of the artery and the vein, normally the artery is bigger and has thinner wall, or a thicker wall, and the vein is much bigger, artery is smaller. Okay, artery is smaller. Okay. This one looks to me, it's kind of like an artery. Okay, it's circular shaped, irregular shaped. Okay, and large lumen normally is the vein. Okay, this one is much thinner, probably is a vein. Okay. Pericardium ductus arteriosus, we don't see that. Ligament arteriosus, that's all only. So that's only the ligaments. So okay, that's here. All right. So here. So that's outside structure. Then we open it to see the inside structure. Okay. For the inside structure, you can clearly see which side is left ventricle, which side is right ventricle. Okay. See the wall. The thicker one is left. The thinner one, that's the right ventricle, left ventricle. Okay. Ventricular septum. This is ventricular septum. Okay. Mitral valve. Mitral valve is on left side or right side? Must be on left side, so it's over here. Okay. It's over here. Between left atrium and the left ventricle. So that's the mitral valve. It's also got the bicuspid, right? Okay. Coda tendon. This is a coda tendon. Okay. Hook the cuspid valve with the papillary muscle. Okay. Coda tendon. Papillary muscle over here. Okay. Below the finger leg, right? That's papillary muscle. Endocardium is shining there, covers the chamber and the atrium. Okay, they are also simple squamous facility. Okay, we've got endocardium. Myocardium, these are all myocardium, the cardiac muscles. Okay. Epicardium, it's outside. We put it here, just try to tell you, endocardium, epicardium is different, but the same type of tissues. Trabecular. Trabecular you see more on the adult part, and here you see a little bit over here. See this and this. It is raised bundles. See, they don't hook up to the cuspid valve. Instead, they hook up between the walls, between the wall of the chamber. So it is to prevent overstretch of the chamber. It's the raised bundle of the cardiac muscle. It's a muscle. This coda tendon is connective tissue. Totally different. Okay, location different, and the looks different. You see. Okay. So that's the trabeculae. Left atrium, you find left ventricle. Left atrium is above the left ventricle. This is left ventricle. So above the cuspid. Okay, if I point you here, say the space. That's left atrium. Right. Right ventricle, the thinner side. Okay. The thin side, this must be the right ventricle. Above the cuspid, this is tricuspid, right? So this is the right atrium. Okay? So for this, left atrium, left ventricle. Aortic valve. This is the aortic valve. Okay? See? 1, 2, and 3. So above the aortic valve is aorta. So this is aorta. And another structure above the aortic valve is the coronary ostium. Coronary ostium is the opening of the coronary vessel. It's just about, you see, one here. That's one of it. Another one is going to the right side. Okay, it's much smaller. Yeah, it's over here. Okay, that's right side. This is left side. So when the heart, if you see, when the heart is pumped blood into the aorta, this one you see, going up, okay, going up, half of the inches of the opening or orifice. So when the ventricle contract, okay, blood gets into the aorta, no blood gets into coronary vessels. Only when the ventricle is relaxed, the aortic valve come back, then the force of the aorta contracts, right? Most blood going forward, some blood squeezed into the coronary vessel. That's the time your heart gets blood supply. Get it? All right? From structure you can see, okay? Just behind it is the opening of the coronary vessels, and this is the seminal valve. Okay, means going to like this, just covers, okay, covers the opening. You got that? Coronary suckers we showed you from outside. Aortic valve, coronary vessels, coronary ostin, foramen oval. You don't see that. Foramen oval is the hole between the fetal, okay, atrium. So blood bypass from right side to the left side because there's no need to pump blood, most blood to the lung. Lung is not open. Okay. So partially some blood pass from right atrium to the left atrium. Okay. Even some blood get into the right ventricle, which passes from pulmonary trunk, they're still passing another bypass getting into the aorta. So most the blood, okay, but there's two shortcuts will get into the aorta when the baby is not born, fetus. Okay. While baby is born, this hole will be slowly repaired. Some which is until like 6 to 7 years old. Okay. Some is not completely repaired. Maybe it's still a tiny hole. Okay. Depending on the kid's situations. In certain cases, if it's very tiny, it may not need to repair. If it's a little bit larger, they need the surgery. Okay, it's not uncommon. Okay, if you go in the future working in the Texas Children's Hospital, there is a long line waiting list for this surgery. Many kids need to open the heart, and the doctor needs to repair this foramen, okay, because it's not completely sealed. Okay. Many factors, chemicals, okay, can affect in repairing of this. Even some factors, the mother is during the pregnancy, eat something wrong, do alcohol or heavily smoke, can affect baby's development. So pay attention, okay, because most of our students are females. All right. So that's basically everything about the before, and I can tell you now what kind of question I love to ask. Okay. So for inside view, I like to test bicuspid, tricuspid on this side, papillary muscle, chordae tendineae, aortic valve, aortic seminal valve. If possible, if we caught the pulmonary seminal valve, we may also test it for the pulmonary seminal valve. You should be able to tell it's the pulmonary, it's not the aortic. Okay, the aortic valve that's rising from the left ventricle. Pulmonary valve arriving from right ventricle. Okay? And we may also point into the chambers. Like if I point to here, I will ask you what the chamber is. That's the left atrium, because it's above the bicuspid valve. It's above the left ventricle, must be the left atrium. If I point here, ask for this space, that's the right atrium. Okay? If I put a pin in here, you can say coronary vessels. Okay, coronary vessel. If I put a pin inside over here, behind the aortic valve, that's coronary austin. Coronary austin. You can call it austin or coronary opening. So that's most of the internal structures. Okay, outside. I'm pointing to, this is posterior view. Okay, anterior view. I'm pointing to this. Say this is left auricle. I point this, right auricle. If I point to this, pulmonary trunk. If I point to this, brachiocephaly. If I point to this, you say aorta or aortic arch. Aorta will be correct. Aortic arch will also be correct. Okay? So, I probably do 6 to 10 questions. Pretty hard. Okay, 2 of them maybe some extra. Okay, and the rest of it will be the organs, artery,